Has this ever happened to you? You check your phone for one notification and suddenly it's an hour later and you're watching a random video of raccoon eating grapes. An average person spends around 4 to 5 hours a day scrolling, and that's almost 6 years of their life lost to the feed. We think we're being lazy or distracted, but the truth is scientists actually discovered this pattern years ago with rats in a box. And this experiment explains exactly the reason why we can't stop scrolling today. In 1940s, B.F.Skinner puts rats in a box. In this box, there's a lever that the rat can press. What B.F.Skinner did was that he would give food to the rat whenever the rat would press the lever. Now, he did different kinds of experiments there. The first one was a fixed pattern. That means that if the rat pressed the lever, say 5 times, after the 5th time, Skinner would give the rat some food. This was positive reinforcement, so the rat would be very happy and kept pressing the lever, but also took a lot of breaks because it knew that after each time it had to work hard to get the next reward. Now, something interesting happened when Skinner tried the variable experiment. In this, there was no pattern whatsoever. So the rat would keep pressing the lever and the food would come at maybe the 3rd time or the 15th time, and rat would have no idea whatsoever. And this made the rat go crazy. It would keep pressing the lever continuously because it didn't know when it would get the reward. Does this sound familiar? This is the basic foundation of social media today. We are stuck in this experiment as being the rats. The reward system customized according to our tastes and the box that we're carrying with us everywhere. Think about it. Every time you swipe on your feed, you're pressing the lever. Sometimes you get something funny, sometimes little boring, sometimes which is triggering, but you have no idea when you're going to hit the jackpot, that one reel, that one post, which is exactly what you want in that minute. This is the same psychology as with the rats, just shinier and with more memes. So why does this happen? Our brain loves rewards. So every time we see a funny reel, spicy comment thread, or that perfect meme, dopamine buzzes in our brain. The thing with dopamine is, not only does it make us feel good, but it makes us want it more. And so the brain whispers, don't stop now, just one more post and it might be amazing. And casinos figured this out ages ago. You know how the slot machine works? You pull the lever and you might hit a jackpot. But it is very random. There is no specific pattern for it. And that's why it's just enough to keep us going. And now carrying our phone with social media on it is basically us carrying slot machines in our pocket. You post a picture, will people like it? You don't know. 2 people could like it, 200 people could like it, and so you keep refreshing the feed every time to see what really happens. But the problem here is that the rewards are not random. They're actually personalized for us. Our late night vulnerabilities, our political triggers, what makes us happy, sad, motivated, etc. So it's almost like having a casino which is built based on our weakness. The problem is we think we're in control. Just one more reel and I'll stop. But did you notice how these do not have any natural stopping point? It's by design. You know how books have a last page, movies have the ending credits, but reels, they just don't stop. And so in such cases, willpower is not enough. How many times have you put down a phone only to pick it up again before it actually buzzes? And another thing which makes us keep going back to it is FOMO. What if there's breaking news? What if our crush posted? What if there's this new meme that everybody will be talking about and you would miss out on if you don't watch it? And did you notice how the notifications are red in color? It's not random, it's actually by design. Red color gives the sense of urgency to our brain, so it's a trigger for us. And there's a saying that if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. The more we scroll, the more we interact with the ads, the more information and data they get, and the more they make money. So every feature, autoplay, endless loops, push notifications are all designed with just one thing in mind: to keep you hooked, just a little longer. And while it feels harmless, all the little things add up. When was the last time you saw an entire YouTube video without scrolling through the comments and reading them, or trying to look on the right side for all the other recommended videos to figure out what would be your next video to watch? Our real life seems very boring compared to the highlight reel that we see out there. And scientists have actually noticed that using the phone lights up these brain pathways which are actually connected to substance addiction. It sounds dramatic, but that's why it feels so difficult to be without the phone or the social media for a very long time. Now, I'm not saying delete every app, go to the mountains and live peacefully. That's not realistic. But then there are ways in which we can control this. The first one is intentional scrolling. So instead of picking up the phone every time we have the urge to, or every time there's a 2-minute break, we have specific time limit and timers for it. For example, 7 to 8 p.m. in the evening is your scrolling time. So anytime before that or after that, not allowed to use the phone for scrolling apps. Another one could be adding friction. For example, you want to work with full focus, maybe keep your phone in another room. Another one could be curating the feeds. Unfollow the accounts which drain you. Follow only something which inspires you, motivates you, makes you happy, makes you learn something. The good part about the internet is that we have unprecedented amount of information available online right now, and we can learn anything that we want. Another one is real rewards. Swap 30 minutes of scrolling for a walk outside, reading a book, learning an instrument. So this is not about quitting, but just pressing the lever when and what we want to, but not being the rat stuck in the cage. So the next time you find yourself scrolling mindlessly, pause and ask yourself, are you being the rat, pressing the lever, or are you controlling what you want to do with your time? So that's it for this video. See you soon in the next one. Until then, bye bye.